what's going on YouTube? Nassif here from Click, and today we're back in the Integra. Just going out for a quick drive to the store. Roll the windows up here on the cold start so you guys can hear me. So what we're doing today, just a quick update on the car in regards to the codes that I've been having, a couple of mods, or I guess one mod or update on the exhaust, and also going to be talking about next steps for the car. So just pull out here, let the car warm up. Close the garage. All right, so in terms of today's video, I'm going to try and keep it, for the most part, relatively short and quick. Don't want to spend too much time yapping away here. In regards to the codes on the car, so with the tuner codes we're getting on the K-tuner here, so it's coming out as P0046, and sometimes P004536, I think is the code. In regards to what that is, so it is turbocharger wastegate actuator related. We tried changing the turbocharger assembly altogether, so that got swapped out. At the same time, installed a 271 catted downpipe. Drove the car for a couple weeks, didn't fix the issue, still had the same issue where boost was dropping mid-gear, and then eventually the car just doesn't build any boost at all, and you end up in limp mode. So took it back to the dealer. Dealer has they recommended swapping the PCM as the next option to try and see if that fixes it. So we did that, swapped the PCM, recoded the keys and all that stuff, and that unfortunately did not fix the issue either. So we are in a situation where we don't really know exactly what the issue is. The next step now is going to be the engine harness, which is going to, as far as I know, I think is a larger job than the PCM, but that's not my problem to deal with. We'll leave that up to Thussy at Maple Acura. Shout out to Thussy for taking care of all this warranty work for me, as well as just making my life easy with getting this issue hopefully resolved soon. In regards to the exhaust, so we have changed the exhaust slightly. So before we had, well, like I said, I installed the 271 downpipe, and there was no resonator in the MBRP exhaust, so it was straight piped right the way through. That was just unbelievably loud. It was way too loud, way too obnoxious. Leaving the area like this, you know, you'd be setting off gunshots and things, and when not coming to the areas, it's just a little bit too loud. So we stuck the resonator in, and turns out it makes a huge difference, and it just sort of increases the daily drivability of the car quite a bit. The amount of drone and noise is decreased significantly. In terms of the swapping the actual resonator out, I was under the impression that it was a quick swap. Unfortunately, the exhaust uses, I can't actually remember, I think it's slip knot joints or clamps or whatever. I don't really know. I'm not a mechanic. My assumption is that it's more hard to work with. So essentially the resonator slides into the exhaust, and then there's I guess a ring that goes around to seal that in place. So that was a little bit of a pain in the ass to work with. I had to actually move the whole rear half of the exhaust back. But shout out again to Thussy and the team at Maple Acura for getting that done and working it out. So that was in. Super happy with the exhaust. You know, you still do get a couple burbles and pops here and there, but it's much more manageable. Don't feel like I need to talk as loud even when I'm on video, and even when I got passengers in the car, just don't really have to talk just as loud. On the highway, it's way nicer as well. Don't have any issues with drone. It is still loud. Like at the end of the day, you have a downpipe and an aftermarket exhaust. It's still going to be loud, but I wanted to tone out those frequencies that were causing drone, and so that seems to have done the trick. And so that's pretty much it, I guess. I mean, we're just getting started on the drive here. That's pretty much it for the update, I guess. There's not really much else to say at this point regarding the check engine light. It seems to be not fixed, obviously, so we're still having an issue. If the engine harness doesn't fix it, my last guess would be is that there's a boost leak somewhere from factory, and obviously that would need to be addressed by Acura. But we'll see what happens with the engine harness. If that doesn't fix it, we'll have to see what happens next. I'm not sure if I'm going to be keeping the car. We may end up moving into something else. As we come up to the light here, also posted a video of, again, shout out to Maple Acura for handing me the keys to the 2024 ZDX. That was an interesting experience, so feel free to check that out on the channel as well. again, we're at a stop, so I'll give you a quick 48,000 kilometers update, in terms of my experience with the car. It's been all right. I'm not, super happy with the car, given that I've been dealing with a ton of, electrical issues with the check engine light, and just various other issues, fit and finish and whatnot. Some of the things have not been great. My trunk release button broke, so I went to open my trunk and the button just went straight into the trunk itself. So that wasn't a good look. Fixed that up, but again, I understand it's all under warranty and I'm not paying for the fixes because it is under warranty, but it's just the fact that it's a brand new car is a bit of a bummer, especially coming from a 2019 Civic Touring, which I felt was actually put together quite well. I wish I made content on that car, but unfortunately it's no longer with us. So but just in going from that to this car is quite a bit more modern, but the Civic was definitely, I think in my opinion, put together a little bit better. So I don't know if you can tell compared to previous videos I've posted with the catless, or the straight pipe with the catted downpipe. It sounds way cleaner. I'm super happy with the exhaust note right now. Again, to be honest, I think it maybe could do a slightly larger resonator, but I can't complain. It's again, like I said earlier in the video, that's an aftermarket exhaust and also an aftermarket downpipe, so you can't really expect it to be quiet per se. So we are coming up to the end of the drive, basically. So that is pretty much it for this video. Again, just want to do a quick update video, nothing too crazy. Give you one quick little here, and that's it, out of space. So anyways guys, that's pretty much it. I'll catch you guys in the next video.